Hello and welcome to and all. In today's class, we will check out the next 5 marks question, SAQ 2, exceptions to the law of demand. So SAQ number 12, explain the exceptions to the law of demand. Okay, so in the previous class, we have checked about the law of demand. So as usual, before going to the answer, briefly I will explain to you the exceptions to the law of demand. Okay, now what does the law of demand say? So law of demand says that there is an inverse relation between price and quantity demanded, isn't it? That is, when the price of commodity X increases, the demand for commodity X will decrease, and when the price of X decreases, the demand for commodity X increases. So there is a negative or inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded, and the demand curve slopes downwards. So if you remember the diagram, this is the law of demand diagram, isn't it? So x-axis quantity demanded, y-axis price of X. You can see that when the price of the commodity is P, then the quantity demanded happens to be Q, and when the price has decreased to P1, the quantity demanded has increased to Q1. So we have already seen this. This is as per the law of demand. So we are having a DD is the negative or the downward sloping demand curve. So this is the normal demand curve. So normally when the consumer feels that the prices are increasing, he would decrease the consumption. Normally the general tendency of the consumer, they will reduce the demand for a particular commodity when their price rise, and they increase the consumption or the demand for a particular commodity when their prices fall. So this is the normal human or the consumer's tendency. So this is law of demand. But sometimes there might be an exception to the law of demand. So when I say exception, sometimes there will be a direct relation between the price and quantity demanded. Sometimes the consumers, you can call it as the consumers are acting irrationally also. Okay, sometimes the consumers would buy more of a particular commodity even when their prices are increasing. They would buy more when the price rise, and they would buy less when their price decrease. So there will be a direct relation between price and quantity demanded. So these are all the cases, they don't obey the law of demand. They are all the exceptions to the law of demand, or you can call them as the limitations to the law of demand. That is, when the price of X increases, instead of decreasing, the demand for X will increase. When the price of X decreases, then the demand for X will also decrease, and in all these cases the demand curve slopes upward, or it will have a positive slope. These are all the cases there will be direct relation between price and quantity demanded. So you can see in this diagram, when the price of the commodity was OP, then the quantity demanded happens to be OQ. When the price of the commodity increases to OP1, then instead of decreasing the quantity demanded has increased to OQ1. Okay, so you are seeing a upward sloping or a positive sloping demand curve. Okay, so these are all the cases. This is an exception to the law of demand. In all the exceptional cases, the demand curve will slope upwards. Okay, so let us check out in what are all the cases there will be a direct relation between price and quantity demanded. Okay, the first exception to the law of demand is something called as the Giffen's good or Giffen's paradox. Okay, so this one was pointed out by Sir Robert Giffen. So he observed that the low paid British workers, what they were doing, their daily consumption is, their daily staple food is bread. Okay, and once or twice in a week or occasionally they used to consume meat. So you know that whatever it is, the prices of meat is much higher than the price of bread. So the low paid British workers, they couldn't afford meat regularly, so occasionally they used to consume meat, but otherwise their staple food happens to be bread. So once it so happened that the prices of bread increased. So when the prices of bread increase, the low paid British workers, the occasionally or once or twice in a week or once in 2 weeks, whenever they used to purchase meat, they were not left with any more money income to purchase meat even occasionally also. Okay, so their income, their real income drastically reduced, so they were not able to purchase meat at all. So throughout the continuously they have to purchase only bread. Okay, but finally what is the situation? The reason might be different, but finally it so happened that even though the price of bread increased, the demand for bread increased. So assuming that the workers, out of 7 days in a week, 5 days they used to consume bread and 2 days in a week they were consuming meat. But since the price of bread increased, the 2 days also they were not able to consume meat. Their income was not sufficient to purchase meat, because all the 5 days their income is spent for purchasing bread one, because the prices of bread increased. So finally all the 7 days they had to purchase only bread. So it is what is happening here. When the price of bread increased, the demand for bread also increased. Earlier they were purchasing only for 5 days in a week, now they have to purchase all the 7 days in a week. So this is an exception to the law of demand. So these kind of commodities are called Giffen goods. They are all inferior goods. So it is, even though it is absorbed by Sir Robert Giffen in the low paid British workers, this is happening in Britain. This is the common phenomena of all the poorer sections of the people. So most of the time the poorer sections of the people, their normal staple food happens to be all these inferior commodities like broken rice, ragi, jowar, etc. So very rarely they used to consume the superior goods. So when these prices increase, they will not be left with any money income to purchase the superior or the normal goods. So continuously they will be increasing the demand for the inferior commodities. So in all these cases, there will be a direct relation between the price and quantity demanded. Okay, and paradox is something unexplainable. Marshall was not able to explain why this is happening, why there is a direct relation between price and quantity demanded. So that's why it came to be called as a Giffen's paradox. Since it was pointed out by Sir Robert Giffen, it came to be called as a Giffen's paradox. Okay, so all those inferior goods which the demand increases because of the rise in price, they are all called as the Giffen goods. Okay, next situation in which there will be a direct relation between price and quantity demanded is something called as the Veblen good. So these kind of goods are called as the prestigious goods, just opposite to Giffen goods. Okay, so this one was pointed out by Thorstein Veblen, and he pointed out that he observed that most of the richer sections of the people, what they do, they purchase all these diamonds, costly cars, all the luxurious houses, everything. So they purchase all these commodities only when their prices are increasing. So this is mainly because they want to show their status, they want to show their social prestige, they want to show their prestige or status in the society. So they keep purchasing these kinds of commodities, or they keep purchasing all those kinds of luxurious services only when their prices rise. Because if the price decrease, if their prices decrease, the normal people will also be starting to purchase those commodities or services, so they will lose their status in the society. So in order to show their status in the society, these richer section, the very rich sections of the people, what they will do, they will purchase these kinds of luxurious commodities or luxurious services only when their prices are increasing. They will stop purchasing those commodities when their prices decrease. So in this case also, there is a direct relation between the price of commodity and the demand for commodity. When the example, when the price of diamonds increase, they purchase more, the demand for diamonds will increase. When the prices of cars, already the car is a luxurious one, okay, so again spending another couple of if the price of a car is equal to 25 lakhs or something, if the price increases to another 5 lakhs, it is not going to matter much to a rich person. Okay, so it will increase his prestige. So when the price of cars increase, the demand for cars will also increase. Prices of luxurious houses are increasing, the demand for luxurious house will also increase by all these very richer sections of the population. So in this case also, the law of demand is not being obeyed. So when the prices rise, the demand will also increase. Okay, then the third situation in which there will be a direct relation between price and quantity demanded is something called as speculation. The meaning of speculation is expectation, expecting something or expectation. So suppose if there is an inflationary trend in the country. So what is the meaning of inflationary trend? When the inflationary trend sets in a country, the general price level in the country will keep on increasing. The prices of almost all the commodities and services will keep on increasing. So what happens when the prices are already compared to last month, this month the prices are increasing, but the people know that next month the prices are still going to increase further. So what they will do, at least they can avoid the additional extra price next month. They will stock commodities this month itself. Okay, like for example food grains, they know that compared to last month, this month the prices have increased, but they expect that next month the prices are still going to increase. So what they will do, they will start stocking or hoarding the food grains this month itself. So that in that case, what is happening, even though they are stocking the commodity, they are holding the food grains in order to avoid paying extra price next month. But compared to last month, this month the prices are increasing, but still the demand for the commodity increase. That is one kind of example. And also this happens mostly in the share market or stock market. Normally what people who are dealing in the shares and stocks, what they do, they purchase when the share prices are lesser and they sell when the prices are becoming higher. Okay, so when the inflationary trend is setting in the economy, the share prices are also increasing. So even though the prices of shares or stocks are increasing, still the consumer, the people who are dealing in shares and stocks, they are purchasing the shares and stocks in order to benefit by selling the shares in future. They are expecting in future the share prices or stock prices will increase in future, so they want to benefit out of it. So what they are doing, even though the share prices or stock prices are increasing, they are purchasing those shares and stocks. So when the prices are increasing, they are purchasing the shares and stocks. Maybe the reason is they want to benefit at a later date, because in future it will still increase further and they will make profit. But as of now, when the prices are increasing, the demand for shares and stocks are also increasing. So this is another exception to the law of demand. Okay, then finally one more reason for the direct relation between price and quantity demanded is the illusion, something called as illusion. Illusion in the sense, people are having a false idea. So false idea that only when the prices of the commodity is high, they are of a better quality. If the prices come down, then the quality is not superior, it is a inferior quality, the quality is not good. That's some kind of false idea is there on most of the consumers mind. People normally prefer only the branded commodities, isn't it? See, if the price of a Levi's jeans, if it is the 3000 or 4000, people think that okay, it is original brand, we will buy. Suppose by any chance, maybe there is a glut in the market, there is a too much of supply of Levi's jeans, so whatever might be the reason, if the price come down to less than 1000, people think that this is not the original Levi's brand, this is a copied one. So people think that it is not a good quality. So for that reason also, what people do, they will buy more of a particular commodity only when their prices are increasing. When their prices are decreasing, people think that it is not of a good quality, it is of a cheaper quality, it is not of a better quality, so they stop buying the commodity. Okay, so in all these cases, there will be a direct relation between price and quantity demanded, and the demand curve will slope upwards. Okay, as I have shown you. So this is the diagram. On the left hand side, you can see the normal law of demand downward sloping diagram, but in all these exceptional cases, the demand curve will slope upwards. Okay, now we will move on to the main answer. So SAQ 12, explain the exceptions to the law of demand. And so the law of demand states that there is an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded, but in some exceptional cases, there will be a direct relation between price and quantity demanded, and the demand curve slopes upwards. Those exceptional cases are, see, it is better, I have not drawn the diagram in this answer, but it is better you include the diagram also. Okay, so those exceptional cases are, first one, Giffen's paradox. As pointed out by Sir Robert Giffen, the poor people demand more of inferior goods like bread, ragi, jowar, broken rice, etc. when their prices rise by reducing the demand for superior goods. Second one, Veblen effect, that is the prestigious goods. Thorstein Veblen pointed out that the rich people purchase luxurious goods like diamonds, costly furniture, etc. only when their prices rise to show their status or for social prestige. They stop buying these luxurious goods if their prices fall, which is against the law of demand, because the normal people will also start purchasing those commodities when their prices fall. Okay, so they think that they are not making any social status, they also become like a normal people. Third one, speculation. Sometimes when the prices are rising and if the consumers expect that they would further increase in future, they would prefer to buy more of it now irrespective of the fact that their prices are already rising. Example, stocks and shares. You can mention even the food grains also. Fourth one, illusion. People also have a false idea that only high priced goods are of better quality compared to low priced goods. Hence, they demand more when the prices are high. Thus, these are all some of the exceptions or limitations to the law of demand, and in all these cases, the demand curve has a positive slope, that is slopes upwards. Okay, I repeat again, it's better you draw the diagram also. Okay, I hope you have understood. If you have any doubts, please mention them in the comment box. Otherwise, if you find this video useful, please like, share and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, until my next class, take care. Bye bye.